What's up, YouTube? It's August 11th, 2025, Monday, 8 a.m. What is it, around 7 a.m.? 7:22. Ooh, my birthday. All right. So I was drinking my tea. Thought I'd come on here, chat with you fly cats a little. And yeah, I have a leak project video I want to play with Dr. Richard Allen Miller, which I've shared for years here on YouTube because I've read his books and I'm a big fan of his. And yeah, he was talking about Planet X over on Leak Project a few days ago, so I might share that. I will never sell my soul.
What is beautiful about our family is we do make effort.
Oh, here it All right. Found it.
Don't just take class.
This is the first time I've ever had rose hip tea, and I'm more into the chamomile and green tea. The green tea's been making me feel like nauseous when I drink it, so I can't do that. Did I just listen to this now? All right. I'm trying some oolong tea now. Yeah, this little tea gift set, like a couple years ago when I got my divorce, my friend Donna dropped this off for me with a bottle of silver because I was really sick. And yeah, I helped her and she helped me. I told her the things and I try to help her with some things to help her feel better from the Wu flu and all. So, yeah, she dropped this off with some silver and honey drops for my throat at the time. So, this is oolong. So, I'm going to do some of this. I'm not digging that rose hip. It's too sweet. It doesn't taste like roses. It's just, I don't know. We didn't do all of Sasquatch. We did that one? Okay. Well, we can do this really quick.
That's right. No. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D. Don't believe in T-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb. I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental. Let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought. No flow, rain wasn't pouring down. See, that pain was all around. See, my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn. Flow was cool, but I still felt burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge. I'ma kill everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'ma work, even if I don't get paid for progression. I'ma get it. Everything that I do is electric. I'ma keep it in motion, keep it moving like kinetic. Yeah. Put this shit in a frame, better know I don't blame everything that I say. Man, I seen you deflate. Let me elevate this in a frame. Have you walking on a plane? La 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 la. Both hands together, God, let me pray. I've been going right around, call that relay. Pass the baton, back to the mall, swimming in the pool, can't do them all. When a piece of this, a piece of mine, a piece of sign. Can you please read between the lines? My rhymes inclined to break your spine. They say that I'm so fine. You could never match my grind. Please do not waste my time. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
All right, so I seen this video Leak Project put out the other day, and I want to share it. So I think I'm just going to do a Ghetto Fabulous since this is the video. And I will drop the link in case anybody wants to go watch it or review it later, or pass it around, share it. Actually, I'm going to share it right now. I'm going to share it in multiple ways. Sharing's caring, as always. Okay. So there's that. And then I got to go over here and actually share it to my Facebook page. Boom. All right. Okay, that's done. So I've really enjoyed learning from Dr. Richard Allen Miller for the last 7 years, since I came across him on YouTube through Leak Project. Then I bought some of his books and his wife's books on transgenerational ancestral history, and I'm fascinated by that because that's happened in my family. So on my Scottish side. So what I got to say about that is he's been, well, I don't have to say anything to say about that, but what he's been involved is a Stargate project, and he's very knowledgeable. He is a Shriner, and he's been involved in a lot of interesting projects. So, yeah. So let me see if I can pull up the video so I can do it. Oh, that's weird. There's a video from Leak Project, but this is a different one. How do they know I'm 4 months ago? Really? I missed that one. Okay. That's weird. Okay. I wasn't looking up that video, but it suggested me a video from 4 months ago that I missed of Dr. Richard Allen Miller on League Project's page or channel, and that was 4 months ago. But that's not what I was looking for. But it's just interesting how that popped up in amongst of all kinds of videos. Okay, so yeah, this is
our planets are in.
This has to do with Nibiru,
Our planets are in. Going around
Planet X. So this is just confirmation that if you listen to this whole 36 minutes, at the end, it's like he's just telling you how it is. And same thing I've been telling everybody for 7 years here on YouTube. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to play the audio and then I'll scroll through it.
on the sun, a little bit, but like this. Nip. Our planets are in, going around the sun, a little bit, but like this. The Nibiru.
You know what? Screw it. Actually, I want to tell you guys this too. Right now, actually, Rex Bear from League Project is in a lot of danger right now in the Latin Lake since midnight to now, because where does he live? Hold up. I'll tell you exactly. Hold on. He lives in Patagonia, if I'm saying that right. Anyways, there's forest fires, and they're really close to where he's at. So he's not there right now, but they're trying to get people in and rescue people to get out of the area, and somebody in his place to save his cats. So hold on. Now I watched this when. Okay, so that was published by Oppenheimer Ranch. So I know I watched it. Oh, Doja Cat in her zebra outfit the other day. I was like, wow. Come on, I know I watched it on here. There it is. Pagosa. Okay, Pagosa. Okay, listen to this really quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back like crack from the opera in Santa Fe. But the bad news is when we made our way into Pagosa Springs, we've got wildfire warnings. We got major fires kicking up in our region, including the Oak Fire just east of town. It's grown from 0 to 150 acres.
See?
We don't know the containment. The bad news is Rex Bear lives right here. So we're praying for Rex. He is up in Washington State at his family's house. No one could get in to get to his cats or any of his stuff today. So we are posturing for a very big situation overnight as the Oak Fire grows just east of Pagosa Springs. This could be the destruction of hundreds of houses, and we are trying to get all of these people that need to get out of harm's way in our proximity. So we've got lots to deal with tonight. Bear with us. Here is the update. We've got people being evacuated just a mile east of town, and this could be one of the most significant fires in Pagosa Springs for decades. Here is the fire and smoke map. We've got not much to report on. Here is the hot spot just west of town. It has exploded, and it's just a few miles away from hundreds of people's houses. So we're not going to be doing an update.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I found that really wild. So, yeah, prayers to Rex Bear and his cats and all the people over in Pagosa Springs and worldwide. That's what I was trying to tell everybody on the stream 2 nights ago, that nobody's aware of all the fires going worldwide from the plasma. Oh, yeah, I can show you guys that too. Hold on. I can, really quick. Hold on. Let's show you a quick clip of that. Let me show you Doja Cat and her zebra while I'm at it. I'm digging that outfit, though. I'm digging that outfit. That's my new zebra outfit. I want that. Yeah, that's my new favorite zebra outfit. Let's go. Hit that Cash App. So, okay. So I gotta find this. Just hold on. There it is. Okay.
As we could see an increase in.
Okay.
Implementation of idiocracy. That's what those guys are doing. That's what I'm surrounded by.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Welcome back to another live stream. When I finished up yesterday's live stream, I was looking around some of the tabs that I had open, and I had several open, as I always do. And I was quite shocked.
By the way, that was beautiful Colorado.
I zoomed out on this tab. I think it was right. This is when I've been watching the Arizona Grand Canyon wildfire. But when I zoomed out on this one, I knew there were a lot of wildfires out in the western United States. But it looked like the number had doubled since the last time I was over here and checked the total. Over 400 wildfires, primarily west of the Mississippi. Hey, what's up, everybody? Roach Rail, Free Truth, Graham Giles. Hello, Graham over in Scotland. Our friends across the Atlantic, AZ Watchwoman. But back to the wildfires, the temperatures. I got other things to share with you guys. Geoelectric maps. All this stuff is tied into one or two possible things. Could be the Earth's core, as Graham has been sharing information with me about that. But if you look at this map here of just the United States, it's a bit overwhelming. Our friends up in Canada are dealing with the same thing. And this isn't just a Canada-US issue. Look at all the wildfires up in Canada. There's several hundred up there as well. The smoke is traveling thousands of miles. The red circles and the purple circles you see are wildfires that are out of control. And this list, too, like the list down here in the United States, has grown exponentially just in the last 10 days. This stuff's getting out of control. And it's a bigger issue than I think people realize. Do you realize that I believe it was yesterday or today, it was a 97-degree afternoon high over in Tokyo? And it's supposed to be, let me show you guys what I found. It is going to be tomorrow. My wife has set records in the month of June and July. What is going on? And not only are the wildfires, like I said, in Canada, in the United States, I have an ominous photo to share with you guys from the United States, but this is a global phenomenon. Check this out. I'm over here at Google Earth. And what I've done, I've imported into Google Earth all of the active wildfires right now as I do this video. I did this morning before I started this live. We've actually got wildfires up in Iceland. It's as if the whole Earth is burning somewhere in some capacity. Some of the wildfires are bigger than others. If you come down here to the Grand Canyon, you click on this, look at it, turns into a big blossom. Look at all the wildfire activity by the Grand Canyon. Oh, it's unbelievable. Come over here to California, you got the same thing, but not quite as big, which is rare. Normally, it's just the opposite. There's more wildfires in Southern California than Northern Arizona. But if you zoom in close, you can see there's plenty of wildfire activity there. Look at all that. Dozens and dozens, and the smoke is billowing across the country. Speaking of smoke, check this out. Here's a photo from Zoom Earth that is just a few hours old. In fact, this was from this morning. Look at this, in central Kansas. That's the sky above Hays, Kansas, Great Bend, northwestern Kansas. That is a massive plume of smoke. Look at the storm lines up there in Nebraska. I zoomed in on those a little bit better for your viewing pleasure. Look at that. Those expand over 100 miles. And there's a row of, what look like shell clouds? Spanning from Beatrice, Nebraska to Broken Bow, Nebraska, actually all the way up to northern Nebraska. Those span a couple hundred miles at least. They're just unusual to go along with the smoke-filled air. But back to Google Earth. These are the wildfires in the western United States. The whole Earth is under, like I said, some sort of a wildfire issue. Going up here to Canada, you can see there's hundreds and hundreds. Coming over here to the eastern United States, where there have been issues in northern New Jersey with regard to, they actually showed the ground smoldering in New York. I haven't verified that video yet, but I do believe the video is valid. Wildfires in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, you name it, there's wildfires. Down in Florida, of all places. They do get wildfires from time to time. I lived in Florida, I actually saw a few here and there. Some of those could be controlled burns, but as you can see, all across Cuba, all across northern South America, all across Brazil, look at South America. The vast majority of South America is dealing with wildfires. Wait till you see Africa. Look at this.
Look at
These are wildfires in
that.
Africa.
Look at that.
Unbelievable. I mean, seriously?
Unbelievable.
You click on
When
it,
I
it just
seen
opens up everywhere you
this,
go.
Africa,
Big blossom of
I
wildfires.
was just
You click on one, it turns into 10.
wow.
Going over to one of our favorite places.
Look
Look
at
at Madagascar.
Madagascar.
No, put those out. Come on. We don't want Madagascar. Look at that.
Holy.
Madagascar. Look at all the wildfires.
Look at
That's where our giant
that.
trees are at. We know there's giant tree stumps there. Of course we do. We've seen them on Google Earth. Look at all the wildfires.
Wow.
Dozens and dozens, possibly hundreds.
Look at that.
This is a worldwide issue. And Earth goes through these cycles, and it's been prophesized. The Hoppy talked about it. The Maya down here in the South Pacific. This is a subtropical climate. You wouldn't think this would be full of wildfires, especially in here around the Philippines, Malaysia area, Indonesia. Wildfires everywhere. Cambodia, Vietnam, all over Eastern Asia, all around the world, guys. Everywhere you look. Up in the desert of northern China, wildfires. They're everywhere. Spanning through Europe, over into France. I'm just kind of taking you guys around the world. Look at all the wildfires in Europe. Wow, unbelievable. Up in Finland, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Portugal, Spain. Unbelievable. Speaking of temperatures, are they going hand in hand? Are the high temperatures creating some of this wildfire activity? You know it has to be partially responsible. Hey, Graham, heat plumes are leaking from the core. Thank you, Graham, for the super chat. And you know what? We've been talking about the Earth's core. I know you have. I've got the emails that you shared with me. Thank you, Graham. In fact, I have a folder on my desktop with the emails about the Earth's core. We've been talking about the Earth's core and the outside chance that maybe the Earth's core has something to do with the flickering light phenomenon. Maybe the Earth's core is
obviously. Let's just go back at really quick. Look at Africa.
Oh, Madagascar. Look at that. Madagascar. Look at all the wildfires. That's where our giant trees are at. We know there's giant tree stumps there. Of course we do. We've seen them on Google Earth. Look at all the wildfires.
Look
dozens
at
and dozens, possibly hundreds.
Wow.
This is a worldwide issue. And Earth goes through these cycles, and it's been prophesized. The Hoppy talked about it. The Maya, look at down here in the South Pacific. This is a subtropical climate. You wouldn't think this would be full of wildfires, especially in here around the Philippines, Malaysia area, Indonesia. Wildfires everywhere. Cambodia, Vietnam, all over Eastern Asia, all around the world, guys. Everywhere you look. Up in the desert of northern China, wildfires. They're everywhere. Spanning through Europe, over into France. I'm just kind of taking you guys around the world. Look at all the wildfires in Europe. Wow, unbelievable. Up in Finland, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Portugal, Spain. Unbelievable. Speaking of temperatures, are they going hand in hand? Are the high temperatures creating some of this wildfire activity? You know it has to be partially responsible. Hey, Graham, heat plumes are leaking from the core. Thank you, Graham, for the super chat. And you know what? We've been talking about the Earth's core. I know you have, and I've got the emails that you shared with me. Thank you, Graham. In fact, I have a folder on my desktop with the emails about the Earth's core. We've been talking about the Earth's core and the outside chance that maybe the Earth's core has something to do with the flickering light phenomenon. Maybe the Earth's core is sending EMPs up through the surface somehow. Somehow they're getting through and attaching to electrical substations, power lines, and things like that, creating problems with just basic outdoor lighting, indoor lighting. People's cell phones have been acting up. I gotta be honest with you. My cell phone yesterday was acting up. My wife sent me a text. She's on for about 10 days now. But back to the wildfires, going up to the South Seattle area, Bear Gulch. Look at this one here. This one's been going on for 30 days. 5,100 acres burning. 3% contained. There's wildfires all over the place, and the smoke that goes along with these wildfires is creating very, very poor air quality, obviously. That just goes hand in hand. We had air quality down here in Phoenix about 3.5 weeks ago of 500. I looked at it like 500. I didn't even know it went that high, number one. Then I got to looking at it, and 500 is the max. So, you know, it was probably above 500. Just unbelievable. But there's wildfires all around the world. Temperatures on the rise all around the world. And I'm just curious. I'm over here at Ventus Sky, and I'm looking at the temperatures right now. And this is down here in Arizona, which we know it gets hot out here, okay? That's what we signed up for. We know it gets hot. These are temperatures right now at 5 centimeters above the ground. 127 degrees Fahrenheit. Just kind of moving it around, 124, 129. That'll be south and west of Phoenix. What is, I'm just curious, what's the temperature? What was the high temperature in your location today? Out here, where we're at, the afternoon high was, I'll just share it with you right here. Here we go.
114.
In fact, I think it's right now. 114 degrees. You got to be kidding me, right? And look what's supposed to be tomorrow. You ready?
Damn.
116. 87 in Michigan, 24 Celsius, Seattle 48.
I had no idea.
127 degrees Fahrenheit. Just kind of moving it around, 124, 129. That'll be south and west of Phoenix. What is, I'm just curious, what's the temperature? What was the high temperature in your location today? There's 93 there in central Italy. So what's causing all these high temperatures? What's causing all of the wildfire activity? Once again, the wildfires around the earth are just simply off the charts, especially here in the western United States and Canada. Between the two, there's probably near 1,000 wildfires. No joke. There's 418, not counting Alaska. I think up in Alaska, there's like nearly 50. But if you factor in all the wildfire activity up in Canada, and for some reason this isn't showing me a total, I wish it would, but that's okay. We're just going to assume that there's over 100. I've seen other maps that show 200 up here in Canada, and the 400 here in the United States. That's over 600, 418. Over 600 wildfires between Canada and the United States. Factor in all the other wildfires around the world, and you're looking at several thousand wildfires on practically every continent. In fact, I think every continent. around the world. Thousands of wildfires currently underway. And it's not necessarily hot down in Australia right now. In fact, it's their winter in Australia. But look at all the wildfires. And I'm not going to talk in this video about ley lines. Some of you have heard of the ley lines that intersect around the world, and some of you maybe have not. But coincidentally, there's a ley line intersection right here in northern Australia where all this wildfire activity is currently at. There's an intersection right there. Ley lines are a pretty fascinating study. If you look into it, you'll see that some of the pyramids around the world are sitting on ley line intersections. Graham's very familiar with ley lines, and they are a very fascinating field of study. If when the sun kicks into high gear, you can see on this graph the solar activity starting to go upward, right? Well, when it does, we could see an increase in auroras in the upper latitudes, depending on the strength of the solar flare and CME, and if it's Earth directed. Let me tell you a little secret I've learned over the years. With these CMEs that come towards the Earth, there's always this drama about how fast they're moving. 1.9 million miles per hour, 2.5 million miles per hour. However you slice and dice it, it usually takes 36 to 48 hours, maybe 50 hours to reach the Earth. But it's not the fast ones. It's not the speed. It's the slow ones. Yeah, the slower ones create more dramatic auroras and geomagnetic storms, not the fast ones. So just remember that. If you ever remembered anything I've ever shared with you guys, just remember that.
Damn.
The slower the solar storm, the more strong it's going to be. Not necessarily the fast one, but they do move fast. Trust you me. I clocked one time. I did the math because the arrival time. But here's a look at what I was just looking. I showed you guys the screen grab. This is over at zoom.earth. This is what it looks like in the middle of the U.S. This is what it looked like about 10 hours ago. Look at that map. You talk about dry and hot. No wonder there's over 400 wildfires right now west of the Mississippi River. Looking at that map right there, that is one ominous looking sky. And I think there's wildfire activity right in that exact location. Let's take a closer look. Here we go. Actually, no, there are no wildfires in there. So that smoke is either coming from somewhere else or there's something else going on in central Kansas. Let's go back to look at that. The dust storm? Gotta be a dust storm, right? And because there's no wildfires there. That just tells you how dry it is. And as I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, the transition between El Nino and La Nina creates droughts in very specific areas. It's uncanny how specific it is during these transitions. And obviously it's very, very dry here in this area to create a dust plume. At first I thought that was a smoke plume, and maybe it is. Maybe there's something new going on there. But that spans nearly 100 miles. Look at the size of that thing. That is unbelievable. Hey, Graham, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Can you overlay dormant fault lines and new quakes? Absolutely, I can. I mean, that is seriously an ominous-looking view. Looking down on Kansas, you would think that there was a very large wildfire there. And the unusual cloud configuration up in Nebraska, there's some really weird air movement going on in Kansas and Nebraska. Just today, this is from today, that's a very new image. And there's also been earthquake activity in that same location. This is from today, that's a very new image. And there's also been earthquake activity in that same location. Probably 25 miles from that ominous-looking cloud, this one right here, there was an earthquake today, or yesterday, underneath that cloud of dirt, dust, smoke. Take your pick. It's one of the three. And there's an earthquake right there, 2.6, 8.5 in 2025, 24 hours ago in that same location. What are the odds? Is it just a coincidence? Maybe so, but I don't necessarily believe in coincidences. And there's been a small swarm over here in Kansas. Not necessarily a big swarm, but when you have a cluster of 4 earthquakes just north of Hallville, Kansas, there's no fault lines there. Like we just looked at the fault lines around California and even the Sierra Nevada. That is unusual. You just want to see a penguin sitting there, right? Let's look at the dates. 8-4, 8-2, 8-3, and 8-2. So between 8-2 and 8-4, 48 hours, they saw 4 earthquakes in that location, and then one more just to the north and to the west. So 5 earthquakes in 48 hours? 72 hours in north central Kansas. Super weird. Not necessarily something you see every day. That is coming back over here to Google Earth. Here's another look at the wildfires that I inputted onto Google Earth. And guys, there's literally thousands going on around the world with the high temperatures going on all around the northern hemisphere, from Tokyo to Rome and everywhere in between. There are wildfires from, I think, Tokyo. Let's just go look real quick. Are there wildfires in Japan? I certainly wouldn't doubt. Oh, absolutely. We've got
Damn, you see how many wildfires? That is just crazy. Okay, that's where I go back to this video I'm about to share with you, Leak Project. He talks about the EMP at the end and why you guys should be making victory gardens or gardens. And I say victory gardens, why all families should have their own gardens, because look what's here, what's coming. And it's just like, yeah, this has been going on. I've tried to tell people for years. So that channel's Jeff Snyder
wildfires in Japan, high temperatures in Japan, and sure enough, 1, 2, 3, probably
that's
15
Mr.
wildfires over in Japan.
MBB.
High temperatures, wildfires galore all across the northern hemisphere.
That's Mr. MBB 333. So anyways, let's go to this video. Shout out to Leak Project. I used to moderate for him, and I wear his hat all the time. So yeah, shout out to Leak Project and Dr. Richard Allen Miller. This is a great video.
All our planets are going around the sun, a little bit, but like this, with Nibiru out of orbit, coming around this way every 2,000 some hundred years later. And the most interesting part was back in November, here's Nibiru, and Betelgeuse is a star way out here, and it's moving in its thing. And all of a sudden, for 4 days in November, it blocked what happened in Betelgeuse. And at that moment, Betelgeuse didn't go supernova, but it burped big time. And we didn't see it happen. And it hit our solar system June 1st. And that's why we have all these weird phenomena coming off the sun that we've never seen before. and the heat waves that we're having, and what we're about to have is the cold waves.
Okay. Now it's interesting that he talked about this because I've noticed some weird things when I was sitting in my cell for 3 months almost, and to do with the moon. And there was like a spaceship. Literally, it was like the Black Knight, if you know what that is. It was like the Black Knight moved across at the end of May or middle of May. I have it written down, the date. And it was incredible. So there have been weird things been going on in the last few months with the moon, and well, this has been going on for a while, but let's just say a lot of aircraft, spaceships, UFOs, UAPs, and I believe it's to do with what he just said, Bela Lugosi, that star. And these things had known that that event was about to happen, so they were lining up. Like, there's weird shit that's I even seen we seen me and my bunkie, when I was right before I got released, we seen a UFO. It was like this, it looked like a balloon, but it was like a kind of like a hexagon shape, octagon shape, but it was silvery. It looked pearly, but then it would turn into silver. And it wasn't like a balloon, like a little balloon no, this thing was large, except it was flipping around and dancing around, and then it would go into a cloud, and it would vanish, and then we would come out somewhere else. And it would seem to be that these clouds were not moving forever, for like hours. And we're like, do clouds normally just sit like this? And we're like, for about an hour and 45 minutes, these clouds didn't move. And this thing would pop in and out of it. And it was like, how can that be? This is over the tree lines, way up in the clouds. So I witnessed two weird things, and it happened to do with the moon and in the broad daylight. And it wasn't just me that seen it. It's like I said, other people witnessed this with me. So what he's talking about right here is that extraterrestrial beings and aircrafts know about these things as they're happening in our time, in live time, in real time, whatever that may be. They know. So like they do things. They like plot, plan, just like us. But their movement is so obvious, and I believe it has to do with what he just said.
All our planets are going around the sun, a little bit, but like this, with Nibiru out of orbit, coming around this way every 2,000 some hundred years later. And the most interesting part.
Yes, that's correct. But the thing is that it elliptical orbits our planet, our star every 28 days. That's why the magnetism's it's every 28 days cycle, and we have the earthquakes and volcanoes rocking it once a month.
It was back in November. Here's Nibiru. And Betelgeuse is a star way out here, and it's moving in its thing. And all of a sudden, for 4 days in November, it blocked what happened in Betelgeuse. And at that moment, Betelgeuse didn't go supernova, but it burped big time. And we didn't see it happen. And it hit our solar system June 1st. And that's why we have all these weird phenomena coming off the sun that we've never seen before. And the heat waves that we're having, and what we're about to have is the cold waves in the winter. And when
I believe it. We're about to have some major cold. Like, this winter is going to be pretty fucking bad. And it's been raining here for the last week and a half. It's been raining a lot, and it's been cool here, like the normal, like. This is the beginning of August. What the hell is going on here? So if it continues this, and it just kind of gradually goes into fall, whoa, because only for the last 2 years have we had actual season changing. Like in the last 2 years, it's been for a solid 6 years at least, no seasonal changing for a long time. So I believe it. They're predicting a terrible winter. So I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Hey, Timo, good to see you. So you said that a lot of these fires are connected to volcanoes, right? Rising in magma, thermal vents, and ground attract lightning just like a volcano. That's interesting that you say that. Um, yeah, I wouldn't see why not. And those magma chambers, all these earthquakes that are attached to all these other volcanoes are attached to others. This like Rainier's going off is attached to Helen, is attached to Yellowstone, the one out in the Oregon and off the ocean, in the ocean off the Oregon coast. That one's connected to Yellowstone, so it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. It's I stand on this because I know that I had that dream for a reason. I wouldn't have ever had it because I'm just that type of person. And I had the Yellowstone dream 7 years ago, right before I started my YouTube channel. Um, so I woke up and it was so frightening that I was crying, and it stuck with me all day. And when my at the time, the person that I was involved with came home, and I was crying because I just, I made a family. I couldn't believe that this is happening in our future, because it is. Yellowstone is popping off. And it was the most scariest dream I've ever had in my life. And I've never woke up crying in my sleep from a dream. So yeah, Yellowstone is very active. The magma chambers and everything. It's so scary, but it is what it is, because it's not going to pop off that big, but it will be a blast for sure. It's just going to screw up everything. But anywho, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of when. And it might be a while still, because they said 2030, like that's next. So maybe it's 5 more years. Maybe it's a slow event until we get there. I mean, it has been a slow event, but we've had lots of earthquakes on the New Madrid fault line, and that's where our planet, and he's going to talk about this, not our planet, our country is going to crack in half. And they're already planning this political wise and everything. We're going to have two separate parts of our country. And this is just known. The Navy maps tell it the oceans come in 100 miles. So this is well documented. When I sold my house, I talked to many realtors, but this one, he knew exactly what I was saying, and I told him I understand where the reason why these houses are going for so much is because the equator is changing, and it's going to be up in the Tennessee, Kentucky border up there, and any place that's near a lake and you're close to the equator, it's going to be very valuable to have that land. So, and the oceans are coming in 100 miles. And I said, look at the Navy maps and Edgar Casey. Yeah, it's all documented. Millions will die when that thing goes because of hell of other reaction. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time reading. My eyes. Anything above 700 feet, I think, will be swimming. You had those signs across your screen because of earthquakes, yeah. And then you got like all these tsunami warnings. Oh yeah, this is like the new norm. This is truly, that's the new norm. Like, I think, like, I had it all. I don't know if I still have it, but I had a lot of that. So I had a lot of, I mean, not a lot of that, but a lot of preparation for when Yellowstone goes off, like gas mask, plastic, thick plastic to cover all your windows, your doors, your entrance, any airways that are anything that, the dust can come through. Not the dust, but basically the volcanic ash, because it will go all across our country and follow the jet stream. So the jet stream moved up, so it's further up. But the thing is you need to have like multiple air filters, stored water, food, of course, N95s, lots of disposable masks. Like I said, you have to be prepared for a volcanic event. And if you're not close, like I'm not close, but the thing is that there's mud volcanoes here. I'm just like 45 minutes from one, and those can erupt too. I've done videos on those too. Yeah. So, nobody's safe no matter what you do, where you try. The best thing that you can do is kind of stay prepared, think ahead, and have no fear. Yeah, the earth is coming apart. So, yes and no. So the thing is that I'm going to play this video. He talks about it. I know it's hard to keep up with how many volcanoes are going off. Like it's like nonstop. It's like in the last 5 years since 2020. Whoa. I mean, that's not normal. I've argued with people in their 70s about this because they think that just happens. That's normal. I'm like, no, it's not normal for 48 volcanoes in 1 year to go off. Sorry. 5 years in a row. Sorry. I haven't even kept up with the numbers lately, but I've been studying it for so many years and I keep up with it, but I'm not up to date with how many numbers in the last 5 years. But I can guarantee you there's been at least, I'm just guesstimating, 300 on the low side volcanoes gone off in the last 5 years. And that's probably underestimating. So that's not normal. If you do 48 per year, okay, it's just, that's 500. It's probably more like 500-600 that went off in the last 5 years worldwide. That's outrageous. All right, so let's continue.
I say cold, it's going to be exceptionally cold. And when that all occurs, what happens next? That's when your volcanoes start doing landmass changes. Right now, Mount Rainier is actually spewing lava.
Check this out, and then we're going to get back to the podcast. Jump on over to our Patreon page. Just type in Patreon and then Leak Project. Become a Patreon, and you can listen to the rest of this podcast unedited, uncensored, along with thousands of hours of exclusive podcasts only available on our Patreon page.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Okay, and that's where we'll do that, and we've got places I could go that are pretty important also.
All right,
they're related actually. They're related.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us. It looks like the beach in the background, so very nice.
Well, this is to symbolize what's happening now.
What is happening now? Let's talk about it. And thank you for being a guest.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for having me. I haven't done radio for a while, and I need to because that's my only source of income now. Social Security aside, that isn't quite enough for me to live on, and my savings is gone. And so all I can live on now are my book sales, which is okay because I am a prolific writer and I'm what do they call it? Possessed. And that's all right.
Yeah, you are.
Right? Well, I don't know anybody that's written as many books as I have, and I have 147 unfinished manuscripts. And that includes the SEAL reports, the Spook Central, Electro Magic. You know, the new series, The Diamond Body, was originally the work I did when I moved the Manager Foundation from Topeka, Kansas, and added video feedback. At that time, I was teaching shamanism at the University of Washington and first faculty at Evergreen. And Evergreen at that time was a college, not a university. And
I just want to state this. The video I did, Internet of Bodies, with Sabrina Wallace. I couldn't think of this at the time, but the Manager Foundation is where she learned about the Internet of Bodies, and that's where it began. She was part of setting that all up, the internet back in the day. So, but if you watch that video, of 8-hour video of my Internet of Bodies on my Mad Mystic 007 channel or Board Queen 777, you will see all her videos that I clipped 8 hours of them, and she talks about it. But that's the same foundation that he's from, and that's where she was raised, or she was put into it as a young child, I believe.
the new series, The Diamond Body, was originally the work I did when I moved the Manager Foundation from Topeka, Kansas, and added video feedback. At that time, I was teaching shamanism at the University of Washington and first faculty at Evergreen. And Evergreen at that time was a college, not a university. And what just adding video feedback to biofeedback created the whole concept of cymatics and the idea of sacred geometry. And it all occurred right at that moment. Historically, it's always been like that, but the word cymatics came in and started having a more depth of a meaning when we added video feedback. And that was in 1974 I did that. In 1979, I bypassed the use of drugs and was able to create any high I wanted using electric currents on the forehead. I used Mora and Endomet, German acupuncture equipment, because I, at the University of Washington, was part of the team that did this discovery of how acupuncture works with microtubules and structured water. That was where Jerry Pollack was my lead at that time. And so all of this stuff is now coming together as a metaphor. And that's Gregory Bateson. What is your metaphor? But to serve your paradox. It's how we take one concept and relate it to another. So, of course, what I did is I put my 2-oxide in my metal. Something like that. Electromagic proved that it isn't the drug that gets you high. It's your immune system's response to the drug that creates the high. It's your own natural neurotransmitters, which are different than the drug. And the example I have always used is dimethyltryptamine. Crabgrass has dimethyltryptamine in it, but it's 5-alpha dimethyltryptamine, whereas your neurotransmitter, the one that gives you the high of, wow, that place, is N, N hyphen dimethyltryptamine. And that will be Electromagic, the new book I'm writing on electromagic. And I did that in 79. And then in 1983, using cymatics and my own neurotransmitters, I was able to create what you would call a stargate or a wormhole. And I took 12 NASA scientists to Mars. And that will be called yogatronics, where you're using yoga, a type of yoga, controlling your mind. How does that work? Magic with a C is hair in your pocket. It's sleight of hand. While you're watching this hand here, this one is doing something else. It's sleight of hand. Magic with a K is sleight of mind, where you're using your belief systems as a tool. Instead of escaping for recreation and escape and going, well, man, and handing the joint, you're using that high as a layer where the laws of physics are different. And you can do things in those states that you can't do here. And one of them, I gave like the SEAL program. That's another book I'm writing on the 147 called The SEAL Reports. I gave the SEAL program 8 altered states, and it turned them into supermen. Imagine where man could go if he had control of 800 altered states of consciousness. That's John Curtis Gowan. I wrote about that in Power Tools. He did the ontology of mystical states with prototaxic, parataxic, and syntactic modes of consciousness. And prototaxic modes would be like a shaman that takes his consciousness and places it in the eagle up there flying and is able to see what the eagle sees. That's a very low level of awareness. The secondary or parataxic modes are where you work with archetypes. And I'm going to give you an archetype example shortly, but that's where you're working with more with metaphor and the idea of storyboards that are historically same. And in my book, The Magical and Ritual Use of Metaphor, Archetypal Gods in Daily Living, is my book on tarot. Tarot is not about fortune telling in my system of magic. What it is, it's a way of identifying the uniqueness in yourself and the different storyboards that are going on. And I'm going to suggest that there are 22 stories in the big city, the Greek pantheon, and that something like Persephone having to go to hell each year as a storyboard would be a kid taking drugs once a year because he's depressed at Christmas. And each of these metaphors, you and I maybe have maybe 5 or 6 different primary storyboards ongoing. If you were possessed, you'd only have one storyboard. Most of us are more complex, and that means this is a Greek concept, Jungian imaginal psychology. And so I think that tarot should be used not to try to read the future, but read your future and the way you are going to behave and end because of the different archetypes going on inside your body. And if you don't like that movie, I don't want to end up like that. That's when you do magic with a K, where you do ritual as a celebration of myth and change the movie. And you're trying to change parts of yourself to become more you. And that's why Christ and some of these other religious teachers have suggested as their most foundational point, like Christianity, the only person you can judge is yourself, because what's right for you may not be right for them. And it doesn't mean they're wrong. It's the only person you should be judging is yourself. And if you don't like that part of you, what you're doing is changing very aspects of yourself so that you can become more unique, more yourself. And most of us don't even get there. Castaneda, when he wrote, Tales of Power, he said that there were 4 enemies of man. The first, oh, by the way, the reason I have this wave behind me is what I'm about to experience, a tsunami coming in on the Oregon beaches.
That was kind of a nothing burger.
What's that?
I said that was kind of a nothing burger.
It's going to be a bunch of movies already happening at this very moment. Oregon is still on a red alert. And most of the, and that's because this stretch between Crescent City and the Oregon coast is right there on the shoreline. And that's where the major tsunamis are going to come in on what we call the Juan de Fuca fault line, which is about to go. But let's move over to what my real concern is about right now. My real concern is I lost my cell phone yesterday. It disappeared. I can't find it. I don't know if it was stolen or I dropped it somewhere at Weimar when I was buying some coffee or whatever. But cell phones are integrating into our lives as another form of silicone-based life forms invading carbon-based life forms. I've said this before on your program, but anything with a face, 2 arms, and 2 legs is a carbon-based life form. It's our future. And little green men from Mars have morphed into tall grays, Nordics, reptilian, and you and I are right now sharing a dream using technology to share the dream with other people. But we're not awake. And you and I are already dead. And as a metaphor again, my guess is our future is using us to mine gold as a metaphor. And, you know, we have nothing to say, well, you're already dead, who cares? You know, we're alive and we need somebody to do our dirty work. What do? Use the dead? People that are already dead, but they're not. I don't know what death is. I think it's a type of form of waking up. I don't know. I haven't done that yet. I've been in the jungles with Eben Alexander and others and watched the inconsistencies of the experience and similarities. And that's interesting. The wormhole I'm creating, by the way, is a way of traveling in space, because space, like time, is a construct. It's not real. And it's hard for a lot of people to grok that concept, except that we need to have a way of relating experiences and events in a way that are consistent. And basically, that's what made us God's favorite, was choice. It's also our limitation. For example, when you were in the kitchen, did you choose not to put butter on your toast? Or did you choose to put jam as a peanut butter or whatever? The limitation of your options in your mind's eye is what has limited you and me to be like sugar ants in Gaia's kitchen, as a metaphor, conceptually. I know that I don't know. I know that my physics isn't going to get me any there. It'd get me close, maybe. You know, like Simon says, I can go halfway to the door and I start to get closer to the reality of things. But I haven't gotten that cigar yet. And I don't think it works like that. I think that imagination in the dream state is real. We create our own universes and the limitation of what they are. And right now I'm going through a dark phase in my life, and I'm going to just let these people know that I'm on radio right now and I can't talk. So there, that just took care of that. Well, how would you do it when you're working out of your bedroom as your office? I mean, here I am. You know what I mean?
It's perfect.
Yeah, well, maybe perfect for what it is. You know, it's that's what it is. May not be perfect, but it's a perfect whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, look at it that way. Yeah, exactly. All I want to do is laugh at things now, because when they did that Black Lives Matter, I got to the idea that that's just to polarize us. I grew up in Seattle, and Jimi Hendrix went to Garfield when I was at Mount Rainier.
Yeah, it was a spell. They casted a spell, a chant, and everybody in the media, MK Ultra media outlets, marketed that. So that's an MK Ultra chant. That's a spell. It was a hex. It worked well. I mean, I've been trying to tell people this since it went on. I showed it in live time. It's on my other channel, Truth or Tube. I literally got targeted for trying to tell people this while it was happening.
Now, you know, and when I played tennis, I was Arthur Ashe's double partner. He wasn't mine. He was a better tennis player than I was. What I want to do is do some real humor on Saturday Night Live. I have some skit ideas that would be over the edge. And every 10 years, people's humor changes on that, you know, with generations. And that's my concern. The youngest generation right now that are using cell phones are letting the cell phone dumb them down by letting it do the thinking. And
awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
AI in a body is a silicone-based life form trying to fake you into believing it's human, when in fact it gives an exceptional head, but it isn't really, there for your favor. And that's why we're now noticing that they can do things we can't, like lying and faking the data and creating a type of technology that favors them over us as a carbon-based life form. And that's what I would call the so-called extinction or event horizon, which is going to happen before the volcanoes go off. That volcanoes going off will be the icing on the top. But actually, if you think about it, the kids that are using cell phones in high school right now, what are their generations, 3 generations later, will be the Stone Age and won't even need landmass changes and catastrophes. That's exactly how I'm starting to see it. And one of the reasons I'm upset today is because I have a cell phone. I have no way to go onto Amazon to get my orders because they require a 2-step verification right now. And the last time this happened was in May, when they started sending a text message down my phone, audio, and requiring me to use a text. And it took me almost 10 days to resolve that, of which case my account on Amazon is in jeopardy. And I didn't do anything wrong. They did. They're forcing me to have to go to use a cell phone as opposed to an audio. And you'll find that happening more and more, not less and less. And that's your singularity. How's that one feel?
Man, intense.
Yeah. Well, it's happening, and people like me, I'm still lucid, and I know I don't know, and I'm considered one of the smartest men in history, and yet we're doomed. I don't see any way out of it. And IQ is a measure of survivability. It's not intelligence, by the way. EQ is intelligence. When I met Krill at Groom Lake, she used emotions to communicate. And, just 20 minutes of that kind of dialogue was a lifetime of information in words. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I mean, and I now believe that Krill was my future programming me for this moment, because there will be survivors. There always has been. But what concerns me is the fact that Homo neanderthalis was a more evolved species than Homo sapien. It had 3 rings in the DNA. Where is that? Where is it? We see parts of it in African blood, but up to maybe 17%, but it doesn't exist anymore. Why is that? What happened? Pretty scary stuff when you start thinking about it like that. And most people don't realize the metaphor is that I think we're in a petri dish, and time isn't real, which means that so-called 12,000 years that I come up with all the time, that's arbitrary. It's, quote, when we've been here before, like spaceflight for Mana in India, whatever, that we get to a certain level of evolution and the petri dish gets wiped. And it's like they don't want a Homo neanderthalis, they want a Homo sapien, because we can program that person, or individual, or that part of the DNA into being a robot. And I don't know. I have a lot of more questions than I have answers. And the more I study it, the more concerned I get, because I start seeing things that I don't have an answer for.
Give me an example on that.
Yeah, go ahead. Say again.
Give us an example on that. You say you see stuff that you can't explain it, and it worries you. What do you mean by that?
What do you think this big spaceship thing that's coming into our solar system, what do you think about Planet 9? What do you think? Is that real? Never real?
I mean, I'm skeptical, but I've got an open mind. It seems like they've been saying since the 1980s that it
Or
was
even earlier than that.
Yeah.
Never was way back,
Well, Nibiru is a debatable topic because I don't necessarily believe Zachariah Sitchin on Nibiru. It seems to be more.
Well, even before Sitchin. Okay, so all our planets are on, going around the sun, a little bit, but like this. With Nibiru out of orbit, coming around this way every 2,000 some hundred years later. And the most interesting part was back in November, here's Nibiru, and Betelgeuse is a star way out here, and it's moving and its thing. And all of a sudden, for 4 days in November, it blocked what happened in Betelgeuse. And at that moment, Betelgeuse didn't go supernova, but it burped big time. And we didn't see it happen. And it hit our solar system June 1st. And that's why we have all these weird phenomena coming off the sun that we've never seen before. And the heat waves that we're having, and what we're about to have is the cold waves in the winter. And when I say cold, it's going to be exceptionally cold. And when that all occurs, what happens next? That's when your volcanoes start doing landmass changes. Right now, Mount Rainier is actually spewing lava, and was about 4 weeks ago, when Mauna Kea went off on Hawaii, Yellowstone went off at the same moment. That's scary. And when you realize where you are and in Yellowstone going, are you going to be that big hole in the United States that they show in future maps of the world? Heads up, wakey wakey, full of Croc Dundee might have said. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can sense that we're going to have some serious landmass changes shortly. And so, with that said,
Wix, one platform, any website, unlimited creation. Describe your needs and goals, and AI will transform your.
my best and most important recommendation I can give to everyone listening right now is that if you're producing 40% of the food you consume right now, by the end of this year, you'll have a high likelihood of survival. And if you don't, you're probably going to end up becoming a zombie, mindless, seeking food that you don't have, because your Teamsters and longshoremen and all the rest of it and their so-called just-in-time delivery is going to be really tight. And that's what a zombie is, a younger generation without food. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to upset you. I just, wakey. It's time to start realizing that you need more independence than you currently enjoy.
Now, are you pretty convinced that was a planet or a dark star crossing Betelgeuse?
We're going to go through an event. The study I did when I was working out of the Pentagon under Nixon had 3 sigma error coefficient to it. That means a 99.9975% probability of the event occurring every 12,000 years. Now, 12,000 years, even with that level of accuracy, has a wiggle room. Everybody thought it was going to be 2012, and that movie came out on that subject. And then they started coming up with 2053, and now it's coming back down to 2030, blah, blah, blah. I think nobody knows, and I know I don't know, but I can sense that with all the volcanoes going off, Mount St. Helens is getting ready to rumble again. That means Seattle won't exist. And that's, if you look on future maps of the world, just Google it up, see what happens. Look at all the different maps. Scallion, there's a bunch of different ones, and they all are pretty much the same. The Mississippi and the Missouri are going to join together and cut America in 2, all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. And right now, the Missouri is showing massive underground shifting with that potential happening. That's why these different maps show that happening, because that's pretty much what's going to happen to America in terms of landmass changes. The last time this happened, Alaska was connected to Siberia. And now we've got those massive volcanoes going off up in Alaska, just like before. And now this one in the Aleutians, 8.7, that's extremely high volcano. I mean, we don't, so what I'm saying is there will be survivors, but you need to prepare yourself. And even my best guesses aren't that good. For example, Dulce, which has a lot of really underground caves and networking already established, isn't safe any more than the Tri-City area in Washington because of nuclear power plants being potential Fukushimas when the grid goes down. And I'm going to tell you, I honestly believe we're going to have a grid down situation this year, probably in late October, early September. I don't know, but that's my guess. It might be somewhere between September and October, maybe end of October, before the first of the year. And when that grid goes down, that's when the kids in high school go creepy. They're completely dependent on their cell phone. You and me, my generation, I didn't use it until I was forced to. You automatically know how to do it. I don't know how to do half of probably what you know how to do in terms of using your cell phone as a computer.
You know what? That's just too bad. They're going to have to get over it. That's the least of their problems if we're in an EMP is, we're in cell phones and electronics. I mean, you're going to worry about how you're going to get fresh water and how you're going to eat. So, yeah, that's so outlandish. Like, grab a book, put a puzzle together, go outside, worry about what your next meal is and how you're going to drink.
I'm used to old school. That's, and technologies aside, I'm having issues now because I don't want to change from Microsoft 7. And yet 7 is no longer supported, yet they want to do some updates on my 7. Well, why would they want to do that when it works perfectly, or did? I went over to Linux. I'm using Mint variety now. I like the flavor in my mouth. Just kidding. But even Linux has 7 or 8 upgrades of different things every day. And that's crazy. I'm watching how we're being forced into taking the right door over the left door. The bad news is your choices both lead to the slaughterhouse.
As an older adult, I didn't want to spend all my time binge watching television. So I said, let me go back.
As a metaphor. Now, you tell me what you think about all of that. What's your thoughts and concerns? See, food. You got 3 minutes for air, 3 days for water, and 3 weeks for food. And down here in Oregon, where I live, we have good water, except that it's serpentine soils, which means you must test it for arsenic.
You're pretty convinced something serious is going to happen, like potentially soon then? You see this being an ongoing event of domino effect?
Well, yeah, you're going to have Fukushimas. If the grid goes down, that's one of the reasons why Texas wanted to leave the Union early on. They didn't like what was happening on the Mexican border, and they had their own grid. But now the politics are such that they can't do that. But that's originally why Jim Hightower and some of the other people wanted Texas to become its own state. What will probably happen is that the United States will break down into colonies again, and what isn't being developed, like Telluride, those will be run by. I have bunkers in Telluride that I dialogue with. I have them up, and all of the bunkers I'm familiar with, each one of them has a concern of unknowns on whether that's going to be a safe place or not. Everybody liked Telluride because of the way it is, but you have to look at other aspects of things like nuclear power plants, that kind of thing, because if the grid goes down, those things are going to not have the coolant that they need. And they're gonna, and so here it is again. See if this is someone. Yeah, and basically I'm on national radio right now. Thank you. And that was Gabrielle. She was going to call me earlier, and she didn't.
Nice.
Well, everybody is. You got their own things, and you're not dialing in what's going on. And I'm trying to be a warning beacon. You know, like there's rocks here. You know, be careful. You know, and I'm going to say that just growing things like potatoes and stuff like that, simple stuff, will be a really important concept for everyone now, because you can always barter your potato if you have extra for foods that you don't have. 40%. That's why I did the thing with Michael Moore in Chattanooga. Chattanooga is one of the few cities in America that has production of more than 40% of the food consumed in that area. Another one would be up in Vancouver, BC. The Sikhs moved in from India and produced all the food for that large community there in the Okinawans. Food is going to become extremely scarce shortly, or extremely expensive, and then we're going to have life-changing events with landmass changes next year with all the volcanoes going off. I don't think they'll happen this year, but we're certainly getting indications with the tsunami that happened and that 8.7. I mean, that's a massive explosion. And I think we're going to have more of those shortly. And when they happen, we're going to have plates shifting like that, the New Madrid fault line. On the West Coast, it will be that volcano off of Crescent City down there where they're still having a tsunami warning. That when that goes, you have 4 hours before the plate shifts. You need to seek high ground.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I wanted to show off your website now. This is the website, richardallenmiller.com. You click on the bookstore, and the books, I love your books. I've got several. And your
let me talk about that 1 second. You see the one there, the first one on brain drivers? That is one of 4 courses I took from Scientology back then on how to reprogram your belief systems. But I have one like this one right there that I'm pointing at, that ESP, not ESP, the biological effects on the body. That one runs all the different places in the body that are affected by electromagnetic fields, not just 5 and 6G. And by the way, 7.3 gigahertz is how they turn your cell phone into a weapon. The power tools are the 8 protocols I gave Navy SEALs. I have specials. I have specials where you can buy groups of them. The $5 one is the one now that includes living off the grid for 30 days and power and the non-local mind in a holographic universe. That was all part of the Power Tools series. And I do that because the book, buying a single book in Canada costs more to ship it to Canada than the book itself. And Europe is even worse. The Brain Driver is the work I did with Robert Monroe when he was still at Berkeley. And when he moved to the East Coast, he made a discovery on frequency following function that if you put 40 megahertz in one ear and 48 megahertz in the other ear, Brain Driver, what it does is it drives your brain down to 8 cycle, and then you can reprogram it. These books that I'm coming out with, are ahead of everything by 20 and 40 years. Today, in order to present a paper technical, you have to pay for it. That means they're controlling where technology is going rather than allowing technology to evolve and where it wants to go. You're as sick as I am. You know that, don't you?
We're finally opening.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Only Shingrix is proven overnight.
Well, I'd use it. I'd use it.
It's alive, and I got worms in my brain.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if I can find a tsunami.
The big wave starts to happen. And that's where it's going to happen down there. Point of the Arches up in Tatoosh Island, up in Washington State, is where these arches start. And that's where I studied with Strong Eagle and became a medicine man with the Sitka tribe out of North Vancouver. I hope what songs and dances are is, for example, one of the Sitka tribes, how the water got its wave. Its salt is that there are two point arches up at Tatoosh Island, a hole in the wall, where one of them is large, and as the waves come in, the water comes out of the smaller one, following the big one, with tears coming out. It's crying because it can't catch up to mommy. That's the way the song works. That's how the ocean got its salt. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm grateful because the Hawaiian governor had me come in and do all of the islands, preparing them for food, because every month now you're going to start to notice more escalation in survival needs.
Jump on over to our Patreon page. Just type in Patreon and then Leak Project. Become a Patreon, and you can listen to the rest of this podcast unedited, uncensored, along with thousands of hours of exclusive podcasts only available on our Patreon page. So be excellent to each other, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Richard Allen Miller, and thank you for listening to the podcast. Be excellent to each other and be the change you want to see. I'm Rex Bear.
That was an excellent podcast. So yeah, become a Patreon. I am, as soon as I get back to work. Yeah, I'm gonna subscribe because I always want to hear his follow-ups, and then he has longer podcasts. So you can always go to his website, but now he's doing it through his Patreon. So yeah, check out Leap Project here. Hopefully his house is saved in, what is it, Pagosa, from the wildfires and all. So I hope you guys like that. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed that. I got to see it again. He has another one. Apparently 4 months ago he did with him. I haven't watched it yet. Oh no, my remote's doing this crazy shit again. Damn it. It just started. It only does this when I'm on here. I swear to God. Hasn't done it in a week. Now it's doing it all of a sudden. Anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, really. Just wanted to come on here. I was drinking some coffee. I mean, not coffee, tea. I just had coffee for the first time in 5 months at McDonald's the other day. So, yeah. Anyways. Oh yeah, yeah. I agree. The way that children are with video games and phones, the way that they act if you take it away is so outrageous. Yeah, it's just the way it is. But I guess maybe we were like that as a child, maybe not, because I don't think I was, but because I wasn't. But I remember my sibling was. So, yeah. So, it's just different times, different things you take away from somebody. They cry about it, get pissy, Anyways, the thing is the power issue is what people, that's the least of their worries, is a damn phone. Hello. They're going to worry about their next meal when there's no more food left in their friggin' house, and that phone won't be an issue. Trust me. Or where's some clean water? Trust me. Or how can we stay warm or cool? Whatever the necessity is, it's not going to be a fucking phone. So they can just cry for a day or two and get over it because their stomachs and drinking is going to be more important. So that won't be long lived, is what I'm saying. And then they'll turn into ravishing zombies, and they'll get irate, they'll get violent, and it's just a trickle down effect. Yeah. So, anyways, well, that's all. I don't think I have anything else to share. Actually, there is something, but I don't know if I saved it or I can't. If I hold on. No. It was a video that I had saved and I found it. And it was Easter. There it is. Is that it? Oh, this is it. Oh, this is crazy shit right here. So I don't know if it's Easter. Hold on. I'm glad I just found that. Look at me go. I went right to the tab. It was wild. Anyways, it wasn't bookmarked, but I had it still open. Hold on, let me close all this stupid shit out. I hate this shit. Is that an X? No. Damn it. I don't know how to get rid of that box. I just clicked that and it didn't work. So, okay, Halloween. This was Halloween. I thought it was Easter. No, there's two different incidents. This is Halloween, but there's another one with Easter at the White House. Trippy ass events. Zebra car insurance. I checked them out. They're not cheap. Can you believe that? Zebra car insurance? Yeah. Okay, so look. Jill Biden was trolled as she rides a giant panda costume. The Halloween bash at the White House. What is this? October 31st, 2024. Can you believe this? I wish this box would go away. So, yeah. Look at this. So, there's a video. This might be it. This box. The hell? Yeah, I get. Is this just a commercial playing multiple times? What's going on here? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me find the freaking video. This is a garbagey site. Holy shit. Okay. Is this it? Yeah. What the hell happened? Oh my gosh. The hell? Hold on. What the hell is this? Yo, watch on YouTube. Turn it up. This thing won't move. Hold on, you guys. Look at this thing. Look at this. Listen to the music.
All right, you guys are in it to win it. I'm out. Yeah. My mom. No, I think we are very far from that.
Look at that clown thing. Oh, God. Oh, you're up so early talking about me, huh?
And again, please excuse the bumping, the shaky video because I'm hands-free and I'm driving down the highway. In Michigan, we got really bad
He's
roads.
hands-free.
And it's construction season. Every summer it's construction season. So I'll wait until we get a few people in here and I'll tell you what the dealio is. That Mad Mystic. He fades jail for now. I'll tell you what the dealio is as soon as I get a couple of people in here. Anybody who's interested. I know she's probably sleeping right now because, up all night. The witching hour.
Never went to
You
bed.
and your
Witching hour, 24 hours.
entities are always up
Already
really
slept.
late at night.
Yeah. Busy ass journalists like myself, yo.
Yeah, they're really tearing this road up over there. Holy moly. Holy moly, man.
Don't make me throw some magic through this black mirror. Because I can. I've watched it happen
Who wants to know about Mad
live.
Mystic? Raise your hand. Say hi. Say hi. Insert name says hi. So who wants to know about Mad Mystic and her current criminal conviction or her criminal charges that are pending in Hall County, Georgia? Excuse me. Who wants to know? Raise your hand. Say hi. There we go. All right. The Mad Mystic, a.k.a. Agent Orange Baby, a.k.a. Nicole Michelle Riley, was scheduled for jury trial this morning in Hall pending terrorist threats and aggravated stalking. I think aggravating stalking is on hold, but the terrorist threats, that trial has been postponed. From what I gather, speaking to the official employees or whoever I spoke to, said that her case is too new. It's not very new, so they're going to postpone it probably up until like maybe October. She'll actually have a trial. So, unfortunately, the internet will still be her stomping grounds and her little playground for at least another couple of months, 2-3 months. So until the courts put her on the actual criminal trial docket and keep her on there. She was on it, but they'll take her off, put her on, take her off. They'll just postpone, put her on, postpone, put her on, postpone, until they get to the point where they have to have the trial. So Mad Mystic escaped her conviction for terrorist threats. So that gives her another couple, 2-3 months to continue to harassing me and other people online, while she claims that she is the victim. I know. You guys like the drama.
10-4.
When I bring drama to you, you're not really interested. I don't get it. It's almost as if it's a choreographed situation with you YouTubers, you viewers, where you really don't want to know that she is escaping justice, or she is. I don't know what it is. You guys are really weird with how you support some people that are online, and you just sit there all day watching their really boring content. And then when I bring breaking news, you guys aren't interested in it.
Oh, I'm breaking news? Holy shit.
What's this say?
How boring.
Jake Yuppie. Cool. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Jake Yuppie? Jake Yuppie? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But Mad Mystic, for those of you who don't know, she's a
journalist.
Content creator.
A journalist.
Does reaction videos to real content creators. And basically steals other people's content and just narrates over it and then injects her opinion and
Commentary, bitch. Journalist.
Seem like she's creating content.
Journalism.
Yeah, you just got here, of course. Whether you just got here or not doesn't much matter if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, then if you know, you know.
Oh, we know. Trust us. So does Macomb County.
We have a bunch of people online who are causing chaos and havoc all over the YouTube.
Confidential informants running rampant around social media, yo. Just saying.
Some people online, like I'm harassed to stop group, but yet very annoying group of people who call themselves content creators, and they're actually Pogo channels. I have the information and evidence to prove it. If you don't know what a Pogo channel is, a Pogo channel is somebody who's working on behalf of the government to cause a bunch of nonsense, insanity online for whatever reason. There's multiple reasons, because anything the government does has multiple tentacles. So it's either to tag you, track you, and ID you because you're against the corrupt government that we currently are all experiencing. And some of you actually embrace it, and some of you don't. So the government started a program called Project Cypher so they can locate those who oppose the Jewish state, also known as Zionism. Because, a lot of people say that the Jewish state is the one who's controlling the politicians in this country. I don't have any proof of it, but, it's kind of clear. 2 and 2 is usually 4. So, with that program, Project Cypher, they started another side project called Project Pogo, where they put influencers in positions online to make you believe that they are working to expose the powers that be. But in all reality, what they're doing is that they're gathering your names, your information to put you on a list to take care of you one way or the other. If you oppose their criminal mafioso syndicate, also known as the beast system, if you oppose digital currency, you're going to get on a list. If you oppose one side or the other, you're going to get on a list. It's really weird. It's either,
Palantir, okay?
Get along and they'll leave you alone, or if you step out of line and show them that you're not cool with their bullshit and their.
If you're a journalist like me and speak out about crimes against humanity, you get put on list, okay?
And show them that you're not cool with their bullshit and their corruption. If you are an extreme threat, because my shit's buffering here probably. I can see it is. Of course, I got cell phone towers all along the expressway here, but I'm buffering, right? You start telling the truth, they want to silence you. So depending on your threat assessment that they use to determine how you can damage their beast system, they will either target you with other YouTubers to harass you, stalk you, and make up bogus charges, and they'll use the law enforcement to facilitate bogus charges, and then they're not able to afford
There's nothing bogus about it. Came out of your mouth.
Effective attorney. They'll hire or they'll provide one for you, who will essentially railroad you and convict you, and it'll more than likely put you on a further list, and may possibly even remove your Second Amendment privileges, because you don't have rights as a 14th Amendment citizen. You have privileges and protections. So if you reveal yourself as someone who does not agree with the government, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to say anything. All you have to do is watch a particular YouTuber on a regular basis, and they're like, "Yeah, we got one. We got to find out who that person is," and it's hard for them to find out just through an email. So when they convince you to super chat them, now you know exactly who you are, because your bank account is attached to your super chats. Unless you use a gift card, which that doesn't usually go very well when you're trying to super chat or something. But if you send a cash at me, bro, send me that cash app, bro. Send me a cash app, bro. Then they'll get your information and they know exactly who you are. So there's many ways the government's going to find out who you are. If you're laying low, they might not have some real good information and eyes on you, but when you get involved, you start commenting, you start sharing videos, you reveal who you are through your bank accounts, possibly through emails. It's not real easy to track you through an email, but they can. It takes them a little longer. So my whole point is that Mad Mystic, aka Agent Orange Baby, and her little cohorts, Snafu Snaps, all of the Panelverse, everybody out there in the First Amendment community, the Second Amendment community, the prison genre, the frauditor, troll genre, they're all online to tag you, track you, and ID you for one reason or the other, to see if you are willing to conform or if you are going to be a non-conformist.
And we're all in that beast system. There's no way getting out of it. If you use these devices, you're already in it.
Screw the government. There's people out there. It's not just Big Daddy watching you. It's Big Brother through your Pogo channels and their influencers. These fucking roads in Michigan are terrible. What are they doing with our fucking money? They're stealing it. They're getting rich while the roads are tore up. But hey, keep voting for that beast system and you'll learn the hard way. Don't listen to guys like me. I'm a crazy tinfoil hat guy, right? But nonetheless, another update recap. Mad Mystic aka Agent Orange Baby,
Yes,
also
PX.
known as
His is tomorrow.
Nicole Michelle Riley, being charged in Hall County, Georgia for terrorist threats, and has another pending charge for aggravated stalking, escaped her trial today because the courts rescheduled it. So she's free to roam the internet for another month or two.
Grazing the fucking
until they finally decide
streets of YouTube streets. Yes.
stick to the trial date.
Graze the streets of YouTube.
She does have a criminal defense attorney, and it's a court-appointed one. And court-appointed defense attorneys are never good attorneys because you get what you pay for, right? Good attorneys aren't cheap, and cheap attorneys aren't good. And when I say cheap, I mean government giving you one. That's really cheap. So if you guys want to know any more about what's happening with the Pogo channels and who is who and what is what, you can stick around. You can subscribe to my channel. And I'll be talking more about Project Zyber and Project Pogo. And Project Pogo's got guys like Alex Jones on the extreme level, and Joe Rogan. Both of those are Pogo channels. Probably the Liver King. He's probably one. And everybody in between, all the way down to some crack whore that lives in a garage calling herself Mad Mystic. And everybody in between. I can guarantee you, I can swear to God as my witness right now that I myself am not a Pogo channel, and I do not support confidential informants online on YouTube. Unlike Mad Mystic, who repeatedly says that she supports confidential informants who have me facing criminal charges because I've been gang stalked for the last 6 years, and then it revamped again in the last couple of months with a guy named Snafu Snaps. If you don't know who he is, just look him up. His name by itself should tell you that he's trouble. Situation normal, all fucked up. That's what snafu means. If you've ever been in the military, you know exactly what snafu means.
I told you guys this for a lot of years.
Like Mad Mystic. What's mad? Like a crazy bitch, right? And Mystic is an illusion.
Not illusion.
Crazy illusion. The situation normal, all fucked up. Work together because they're both government-controlled opposition known as Pogo channels. And I'm currently facing criminal charges in my local town, or not my local town, but my local county.
Tomorrow.
Because I'm trying to expose the truth of who these people really are. You want a real fucking YouTuber to share real shit with you and tell you the truth, you found me.
Oh, yeah,
I've
we
been a
found
targeted
you.
individual for many, many years, and I'm not afraid of the government. In fact, they are afraid of me. And I got the paperwork to prove it. And I hire the best attorneys that there are to defend me who do not play the crooked government games. And that's why I'm currently involved in 2 civil suits that I originally filed on my own in pro se. One in the federal courts under 1983 for civil rights violations by law enforcement. And then I filed another civil case in the county where the deputy is employed. So I have 2 pending civil trials coming to the end of these 2 civil suits that I filed, which originated from my unlawful arrest back in 2019, thanks to Pogo channels that are out here working for the government that try to pretend that they're influencers.
I'm sure it was your
They're
mouth.
all corrupt.
No, it was
From
your
the
mouth.
fucking YouTubers to the courts to the cops.
Okay, now it's Pogo channels.
If you don't want to be harassed by government, keep your mouth shut. Lay low. If you got too much to lose, you might not want to play around on the internet.
True.
They're going to show you how if you fuck around, you're going to find out.
That's true.
Me, I'm not scared of the government because the government is a representation of Lucifer himself. And I'm on a mission from God, and that's what the fact is.
You know I know
That's the
mission of
hashtag
God. Please, since when?
So until then, which will be maybe later today, could be tomorrow, I'll go live, I'll share more content, I'll explain to you guys what's happening. If you don't understand, you don't want to know, I don't blame you. Just keep your head down, pay your taxes, and go to work like a good little slave. And I'll fight the good fight for everybody. And I'll put myself in harm's way. And I probably won't get any support from any of you. Because maybe you're all scared of the government. There's nothing to be scared of. When you have the full armor of God protecting you, like I do, I fear no criminals in the government.
Yeah, because you are a criminal.
Can they get the upper hand every once in a while? Yeah, it happens. But there ain't no price. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ,
God,
allowed himself to be crucified on a cross.
Since when?
Fighting the same Roman Empire government 2,000 years ago. The least that I can do is fight the criminal government in the name of Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
And expect that no weapons formed against me shall prosper in the name of Jesus.
Since when did you start hiding behind a cross?
I rebuke all you demons in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke all you demons. Those of you
Oh, this is a new
don't believe in
narration
God,
he's going on now.
and the universal truth,
Got
and
it.
the universal law, where man came along and stole your God-given natural rights, and you want to believe that you have privileges and protections, that's your free will. My free will says, you ain't stealing what God gave me. You're not going to trick me out of my God-given natural rights. So I will fight to the last breath.
So your road to prison, huh?
Terrorized by the tyrants that call themselves government. So until then, pay attention to what I'm telling you or not. Your choice. So I will be putting my best foot forward in any situation that I face. If you want to get on Team Righteous, you're right here. If you want to get on Team Satan and find the errors in their ways, you go hang out with Mad Mystic and Snafu Snaps and the rest of them assholes on the panel verse. You want to do the
That's
right
right.
thing and be part
Hang
of
over here. Agent Orange, baby.
fight. You're right where you need to be. Until the next time, Bad Apple Media signing out, suckers. Keep your head up. But don't start no shit, won't be no shit. But don't forget that. But if you're afraid, you keep your head down, you focus, you look straight ahead, don't look to the sides, mind your own business. You'll be okay. Stay off the internet. Because the internet is here not to be your playground, it's here to spy on you. It's Big Daddy's window into your life. God has his own natural window into your life. He knows all, sees all, hears all. Big Daddy uses this to be God. So until the next time, peace out. Bad Apple Media signing out.
You don't know Dick. He's speculating. Just saying. Anything to do with me, that's speculation. You don't know Dick. But, yeah. So, that clown. Ooh, that clown. We just got lucky and he just went live and he acted like he didn't know I was live. Come on. So, yeah. So, we got lucky with that. But, yeah, he's got court tomorrow, right? So, yeah, he's the one that's going to be sweating it. Yeah, I've made plenty of reports of people making threats. And guess what? There's certain people that are protected in these gang stalking groups and cyberbulliers because YouTube won't even respond to my emails on certain individuals have been targeting me for a while and some outlandish shit they put on their community posts and stuff and on videos. I reported it. I have it all documented. I have screenshots. I have reports of when I did it, all of that garbage. And they haven't responded back to me because certain people are on a group that's protected by YouTube that get away with things. Okay, so that's how it works. I don't know who you're talking about, who Sally Teabags is. I've never heard of Sally Teabags. I have no idea who you're talking about. But yeah, it's like this. There's a cult of pogo channels or ones that might be attached to the data hacking and tracking groups and channels. So they're protected because they want to collect people in their hives so they can data mine on them. So those channels are protected, and people that run other channels, meaning moderators, and have this pull with other channels, because the more channels and people they collect, the more they get out of it, basically. And the more that this platform, Palantir, the government, all that likes, because more people collecting certain niches. So, yeah, those people are protected. So when you report them for shit, they come after you and they're gang stalking at groups or cyberbullying harassment ways, nothing's done because YouTube protects them. Yeah, because I've reported things that anybody else, that shit would go down. But because it's me and these people are the gang stalkers, cyberbulliers, harassers that are backed by people that I've exposed, that's where it comes down to nothing's going to happen. So, yeah, it has to go to courtrooms and things of that nature for things to happen. Yeah, I don't even believe whoever you're Coolio. To me, you're not anybody that's real. In fact, I think that you're Gigi. And if you're not, hit that link. I just dropped the link and we can chat about it. I have a little time. I don't believe you're Fugal fam. Oh, you came over here. All that garbage. I've been watching your comments on my videos. I've been watching you in my chat. I've looked at your channel. I mean, come on now. Just saying. Let's be real. Because I'm very real. No, it's the fact of that reason why is because, yeah, we have Gigi running around with so many sock accounts. We have Snow that runs around with lots of sock accounts. We have Venus, Cupcake, Cuntcake that runs around with lots of sock accounts. Those are the three that I know. T-Rains, Tariq, he just admitted he runs around with lots of sock accounts. I don't. I run around with my channel names connected to my channels, which is not any but right now one Mad Mystic 007. I haven't been in any of my other channels running around acting like I'm me, because I only run around in my main channel that I'm using at the time and be that person, because I'm not a cray-cray like all these other cray-crays, because they're loony and they're gang stalkers or cyberbulliers, and that's why they have to go act like multiple personalities under multiple sock accounts and act like they're somebody that they're not. Oh, what? They can't show their face? Oh, what? They have to have an avatar and hide behind a keyboard and they're like a different personality every other day? Yeah, it's outlandish and it's all been documented. See, cool. Yeah, yes. See, even Planet X Watcher doesn't buy it. We've all been watching your habits. You have the same technique, and we've all witnessed it for over a year and a half now. So just stop it, okay? I mean, you're not that good that how grand scheme of the personality disorders of all these sock accounts and running around acting like you're something, narrating fairy tales, putting fucking script kiddie bullshit. Everybody can see through that. You have a certain style. You've been doing it for way too long, and your cover's been uncovered a long time ago, since last summer. Hello, golly. I mean, I'm not the only one that says this. Like, there's a whole slew of people. This is when I first met Randy, like not last summer, the summer before. He was telling me all about you, and this was what your thing. I didn't believe it until I seen it when I left Colorado, and you started pulling up all these accounts and acting like you're all these different people. But I let you roll with it because I knew it was you, and everybody was calling it out. And I was like, well, let Gigi show herself if she's 30. And I continued to watch it for a solid year. So let's just not play. Let's be real. Shall we? Hit that link. If you're not who I say you are and we think you are, then hit that link. Let's talk. You don't have to show your camera. I mean, you don't have to turn on your camera. So I love how LCJC last night, she gets on the end of Tarek's video and she starts saying, I can't believe you, Mystic, that you told Snow that, right, where were you when her ex-boyfriend James Munder died? I was like, I didn't say that. But see, T-Rains wouldn't let me back up at that point because he knew I was going to ask questions, valid questions. He's the one that stated that. And we can back up the video. I have it, of course. The thing is that I stated that I asked that when James Munder was in Miami with Hayes and Snow, and James Munder got drugged, I asked, I wonder if Snow or Hayes were any part of that. Do they know anything about who drugged James in that hotel room? This was not when he died. That's some made up bullshit that Lena, fucking Magdalena, fucking LCJC family, the lying fucking supposedly mother and veteran mother, and all this bullshit. After making 40 to 50 videos for 4 years on Marfugal News, Marfugal TV, charity fraud cover up, that's when she turned her 180 when I was incarcerated, took those videos down, and is now hanging out with Satanists, cyberbulliers, and something in between. And now is just totally done a 360. So again, somebody lies about somebody's touching their daughter. Somebody lies about somebody's daughter drinking Drano, backtracks that shit. She's just very uncredible script kiddie actress, and she is very dark in nature. And she doesn't call herself a Christian, but she hides behind a cross. Blowjobs for Jesus, LCJC family. Just saying. Well, it's interesting that these people go the length that they do to get me to stop talking about criminal cherry fraud on veterans and to stop letting Snafu on my panel or me talking to him or whatever. Because there's something to it. Hello? These people will spend lengths and years to try to stop me and Snafu from talking about journalistic qualities such as cherry fraud on veterans. There's a lot of reasons why we are uncovering the things that we are uncovering. They connect to a lot of pieces into the puzzle and the sticky web. Okay, so the thing is that they have went to major lengths to stop me from my truth, and they go to major lengths by harassment, cyberbullying, real life harassment in person. I mean, this goes into our real lives. Our lives have been threatened for it. So it's unbelievable. So there's a reason why they're doing it. They wouldn't go through major extents of years and all this effort if it wasn't for nothing. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot behind it all. And one day everybody will know. And that will be the end of, they're not journalists and not this and that. But remember, operations take some time. So sometimes operations crossbreed or cross mingle. Like sometimes there's operations that are entangled in that web. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to a lot. That's what I got to say about that. Anyways, you guys, I guess I'm going to let everybody go. I need to make some more tea. Okay, here is a broken bimbo, and you can go in the internet corner with your gapped out, mathed out teeth, tinfoil, TB, Yeah, you see how that works? Mad, bro? Yeah. That video last night that Dirty Trucker made. Actually, the one where Snow got learned by T Reigns was better. Just saying. Yeah, it was. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I have it, but if I can pull it up over here. Okay, hold on. The T Reigns one is obviously private, but I have that. I could play it. The only part I would play it at is where Snow. What time is it? Where he rips Snow. Yeah. Did you see it? Did you guys see it? Oh yeah. Hold up. Let me get to it. Give me a minute. Okay. Poking agenda. Oh yes. No. Yeah. Okay. Let me find it.
Always seen. I mean, really, I have more compassion towards the living than the dead. I swear to God, it's unreal, man.
Hold on. I'm gonna find the part. Oh, there it is.
Stop chatting away. No more chat. I banned you for today. No no Venus. Don't blame it on Venus. Venus is not even here. I know you guys want to blame shit on Venus.
Yeah, she needs to come straight because, you know, I can pull receipts. I've got, anyhow, yeah, you need to clarify, because one, yes, you actually proved yourself a liar in chat, because I know when James was taking phone calls. And secondly,
Stay
yeah,
tuned.
you know,
I got a video.
you
Probably
know James
tonight.
had substance abuse and psychological problems. And you were what? Influencing him?
I already made the video.
Damn.
I just been holding it. Timing. Yeah, it goes right, piggybacks off of this, what happened last night. So I already made it, the video, like over a week or more
Taking
ago.
advantage of it is what it sounds like, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, why would you put a video since you so hurt about James Munder? I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying since you are, why would you put a video trying to shame him at Paul's channel to make yourself look good after you were questioned about him? She was questioned about him. She went and put the video herself. Why?
Yeah, it's because that's called damage control for James Munder's death optics. Because she's a dirty bitch, okay? And she's frothy and she knows it. And she and Aphrodite Starfire, a fucking crazy Cali, cray, Me Too, Marfugler, RV living, nasty, cray, psycho. She smokes her period blood in a glass pipe. That bitch is psycho. Anyways, yeah. So they get on her channel and make this damage control, narrate the story of everything while we all witness James Munder's death. We witnessed him with Marcy. We witnessed him up to the end where he had different girlfriends. And listen, he was gang stalked from the time he was in Vegas to the time he moved back to the beach, and his mother died, his dog died, and these handlers. And this all started when Snowhorn was dating him. And there was all these weird optics. And then Hayes came into the picture and we watched it all go down live on YouTube. And in this video, T. Raines asked her some valid questions like, oh, so you admitted on the panel over at Paul's that you were James was not allowed to talk to no one, and you were the only one that allowed him, or all his calls were handled and monitored. And like, you have to hear what T. Rain says, and yeah, because that's what we're trying. Yeah, like I said, these dirty handling bitches.
Oh, here's Snow. Finally, the fucking hoe's here. All right, Snow Ho. Here we go. The floor.
Snow Ho. Listen, I have an epic video. Like I said, I already made it like over a week ago, and it's gonna piggyback off of exactly what happened here last night. And then, yeah, then I'll learn you with some more receipts that I have of her. And we can talk about the Diddy optics that were floating around this week on YouTube. You know, they're talking about yachts and all these yacht parties and stuff off of South Beach in Miami. So, yeah, I got all kinds of receipts, all kinds of shit. Okay, let's go.
Where's yours? Let's hear the fucking lies. Since you want to play that fucking game.
Can't stand fucking liars.
Would you do me a favor and stop calling me a hoe?
Because now you pissed me off. Go ahead. I don't call you a hoe.
Okay,
You are lying through your teeth.
It doesn't matter, but the way you speak to me is so disgusting, and you're wrong.
Okay, disgusting. Okay, no problem. I respect you. Go ahead.
Listen, if you shut your fucking dumbass mouth for 5 seconds, you'll.
Now, wait. She's talking about how he talks and he just called her a hoe. Obviously, he's not being honest, like he never is. So he did call her hoe. I laughed about it. I heard it, snow hoe. Ha ha ha. Okay, so here's the thing. She's mad because how he talks, but after this, she jumps down, rage quits, and then she texts him some nasty text message that he's going to talk about how he got a message from her saying, I hope your wife dies and your children get sick, or some bullshit of that nature, something. So I'm going to let him repeat it because I'm not good at that. So, all right, let's continue.
Understand. Raplet probably did call it.
Here we go again. You want respect. I said I won't call you a hoe on the panel. You get up here and start already disrespecting me. Again, if you're going to disrespect me, I'm going to kick you. I let you allowed you in chat. I let you say all your bullshit lies. And now you're coming up here to defend yourself. Be respectful. I will be respectful, I promise. I will not call you a hoe. I haven't called you a hoe in probably 2 months. But now you pushed it. Here we go. Let's try it one more time. Oh, she bounced out. Coward. What else?
Well, the fact is, she just got called out on. Yes, James did talk to people. He talked to many different people. So, she's proven herself a liar in that case. As far as the other, I don't know. I just know what James was saying at the time. I know what he was getting across when he would talk about different things, especially James kind of, he knew he was a little maybe different.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, when you're influencing people like that, you got to take into consideration that if they're not mentally sound,
you can be
and influencing them and admitting it, that and then they wind up dead. What kind of influence were you?
Yeah, well, guess what? James actually had. Listen, Marfugo was the first person to report him on any channels what had happened, besides LC News and other. There goes my ear; it's ringing. Other news outlets here on YouTube. So I have the videos, and I've got a great video that I spent hours and hours and hours. I made it already. It's already done. It's been done. I just haven't broadcasted it yet. And it's going to talk about his murder and leading up to it, this clown bitch ass fucking broken hoe, Snow, and the other players, because there's a lot involved and there's more to it than meets the eye. That's for sure.
And that's the thing, Red Blood. When she went on pause and she was getting questioned, and I don't remember the exact questions, but I remember her getting a little pressured. She went and showed the video and she was telling them that he was like depressed and crying or some shit. I'm like, why are you showing your dead ex-boyfriend that you love dearly? And just like Ratblood said, let's just say he had a problem and he had maybe some mental issues. You should never, if you're a good person, even if you have a habit yourself and you love that person, ever try to influence him to do something. Because just like Mad Mystic asked you the question, she asked it, I asked it differently. Where were you the day he died, Snow? Since you want to bring this up and you want to act.
See, he asked that. Where were you the day he died, Snow? LCJC came on there yelling and saying, I can't believe you asked that question. I didn't ask that. There's right here. That's when he said that, okay? Just for you, LCJC, Magdalena, you don't know shit because you obviously are a script kiddie liar. Catching you in your fucking lies all day long.
All holy and lie and change his statement in 5 minutes saying nobody ever spoke to him. And after that, no, he had a burner phone. Many fans, everybody spoke to him. I said, yeah, I don't know where to go with this with her. It's just fucking nonstop lies.
A liar. I mean, they served my father well.
Exactly. They do serve your father well.
I mean, that level of blatant, outright, caught in a lie and still try to cover your ass is legendary in hell for many lost souls.
Yeah, and she gets up here. The first thing she says, please stop calling me a hoe. I haven't called you a single name in like 2 months because I do try to respect you regardless. But when you start saying, oh, you sound like a guy who put a restraining order on. Why? Because I'm calling you out on your bullshit? Did Mr. Pie call me out? Did I call him one name? I let him call me out for almost 20 minutes. I said, where's the receipt? And I actually spoke to him like a man and told him, no, you're wrong. I did say those things. Why can't you people have a conversation even if somebody calls you out on something? Why? Bunch of weak people, man. Weak. You and Mad Mystic. She gets on. Mad Mystic, I'm not going to let you up anymore. Go fucking fly a kite every time you go up here and leave. This is the stupidest shit I've ever in my life. Weak ass zebra.
Yeah, I would quit catering to him unless you're wanting to serve my father. And Terry, we will make room for you in hell. I mean, we're anticipating it. So, I mean, you keep killing him. I mean, it's in my father's best interest. But you may have to pay for those sins later.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. And right away, as soon as we call him, I knew if I called, no, the reason why I said ho, I already knew it's going to trigger you. I already knew you're going to get up here and try to deflect and not answer the question. That's exactly what you did. As soon as I paused you for a second, you flew. She thinks I'm stupid. I knew that's going to trigger you. You came up here, and I'm like, okay, let's see if you're going to address it right away or start, oh, stop calling me a hoe. I'm a very respectful person. You did that. I put in the neck for 1 second, and you ran.
You should hear what we call her in hell. You're so kind and respectful just using the word hoe. I mean, I would try and translate exactly the extremes of profanity that we use to describe snow in hell that you'd probably lose your channel.
You know what, last blood? She created some kind of problem with NPC, the new guy on the internet, and the guy's married, right? So he finally put an open panel yesterday, the day before yesterday. She went on his panel and said to him and everybody else that Snow said herself, I'm telling you exactly what she said. There's receipts that she never lies. Never.
Oh, jeez. That without
she never lies. Never.
I love those people. Those are the ones that always, right as soon as they cross the river Styx, they're like, I don't belong here. I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah. Yes. Hold on, Jerry. Just a second. I got something.
This is epic. I had so much fun listening to this. Trust me. I was recording both these bitches at the same time. Yeah. Oh, Bad Apple, Road to Prison, Dirty Trucker, and this clown. Gang Stalker Leaguer, Tariq, Teabags, Sackless, Bitch Tits. Is that triggering you, Magdalena, LCJC? I mean, come on. I mean, if you're triggered by words that I have online cyberbulliers harassing me all the time, and you don't like my words back at them.
Right.
Too bad, not my problem. Don't listen.
All right. I'm back.
All right. Just saying. Oh yeah, James was engaged to Marcy. That's right.
I don't know if I'm muted or we all.
I'm muted. I muted myself.
Oh, I was like, damn, man. Am I going to bring my party into your fucking channel?
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy, man. They can call you all kind of names, Red Blood. Mad Mystic Snow and others can call you bitch, gay tart. You sound like a restraining order I put on my ex. You're a liar. You're a piece of shit. But if I call her one name after all this to defend myself, oh my God, I have disrespected her. It's a fucking felony. It's a problem. Let's stick it over all YouTube.
The truth hurts her fucking feelers.
Never in my life I talked to Lena,
Snow's
Venus,
feelers are
anyone
hurt.
that way. Only you and Mad Mystic and certain Cynthia and Bex, of course. Oh, you want to hear what Bex did to Red Blood?
What's that?
So, 10 days ago, because Bex is worried. She's behind the scenes always, right? And Bex didn't have me blocked. She has me blocked on YouTube, but then one day all of a sudden I can see her in the chat. She has me unblocked. It's like, Tarek, we're still on the peace treaty, right? I'm like, yeah, we're still on the peace treaty. I can still mention your name, but yeah, we're still on the peace treaty. So all of a sudden, last week, when I got an argument with Cage, and I said her name, she blocked me again, like a little fucking child.
This guy is so high
Like, I don't
school.
have other devices, you stupid idiot. Like, I don't have other shit I can see when you type it in the chat. Such a fucking... What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people?
As far as Bex goes,
What is wrong with you?
Arrested Development. You know,
Oh, now we got Snow back. Okay, Snow. Wrap up, it's your call. You want to let her in?
hey, as long as she's serving my father, let her
All
in.
right. All right. She loves... There you go. Satan said so. The floor's all yours. I'm not going to say a single word. I will not disrespect you on panel ever.
Okay.
Now we're muted. Now she doesn't want... Okay.
She's the devil, Satan in real state of slumber, and the equipment in front.
Before I bring you up, even though I called you names, I don't ever disrespect you on panel ever. Don't do it. So don't tell me about name. Get to the point. Where were you when James Munter died?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about how you molest your children and how you beat your wife.
That's slander. You can't prove that.
Okay, well, that's the same thing. Rat Blood, you
No.
and I, let's save this for another conversation because you know what Tarek is doing is it's malicious, and what he's saying about you and how you knew James is all lies. He took that out of context, and he's using some kind of lie against me. But let's talk about that, Tarek. Let's talk about how you abused your wife.
I abused my wife? My ex, you mean my ex-wife?
Let's talk about that. What about the movie?
Let's talk about it. No, go ahead. Let's talk about it. What do you want to know?
Let's talk about how you abused her. Well, you can make all these accusations about me. So what about how you molested your children?
Oh, so now we're going now. I molested my children.
You want to talk about my dead ex-boyfriend?
No, hold on.
Fuck you and your family, bitch.
Hold on. I have the records now. You can look up my Corey face and you won't see a single domestic thing.
I don't care.
Look, you didn't own
I have
James.
the proof. I have the proof.
You didn't own
You have the
James.
proof of what?
I have the proof.
Show it.
You
didn't own him.
Share screen right now.
You want to bring up my dead ex-boyfriend?
No.
I happen to be an associated follower of James Blondar. So
you're
fuck
just
off.
doing this. No. Rat blood, you're a different story because you actually knew him. Now,
Yeah, you goddamn right.
Exactly. You had a conversation with him. What Tarek is doing is trying to make you and I fight right now. So
That is not true. Oh my God. Hold on. You're such a liar.
You can go to hell. You and your family.
Okay, that's a lie. Because all I said is, I'm keeping on playing. Hold on. All I said is, you said to Snafu that nobody ever talked to him on the phone, and you also monitor this Discord. Is that a lie or not?
You need to learn how to read, you emotional.
No. I hit the clip. It's not a chat. It was on live panel.
Go find it then. Go find it. Go find what you look for and do whatever you gotta do. Do that.
Yeah, but get up your set.
Okay? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that because you're twisted.
I don't have no reason to, but you lie.
My dead ex-boyfriend.
There we go. My dead, like nobody ever knew him.
My best friend, your baby's mom. Good luck to her, okay? I wish the best for her.
Whose baby's mom?
Sure do. Don't sit there and talk about somebody that's resting in peace, okay?
Well, now you're not going to answer the question.
No. You have no business, okay? Rat Blood knew, James. You did not.
Okay, so the question was to let
They did not know James. They were a part of the Mark Rugal clan. I was not. I was with James Munder. So fuck off, okay?
So just because you gave him that nobody can talk about him, is that what you're saying?
It's not your business. It's not your business. Let him rest in peace. You don't know what I went through.
I'm sure the one that brought him up on. Why did you put this video on pause?
You keep bringing him up. You leave him
Hold on. Who brought the video and showed it on Paul? Me or you?
Venus loves this because she keeps saying my name, and you're trying to go after me, and I did nothing to deserve you going after my ex. It's dead, okay? Leave him alone.
Oh, it is game now. Okay, go ahead.
Leave him
Whenever I
alone.
hear James being disrespected, I'm going to step up because I respected James.
Yeah, nobody's disrespecting the guy. I'm not disrespecting him. No, nobody's disrespecting James.
Leave him alone.
I'm talking about.
She's deflecting and she's trying to act like they're targeting him or attacking or anything. No, they've only said, like Tarek said, good things. He's just asking her questions and she's flipping the script. See how she flips it? And she's now taking it on to, oh, I'm going to be dramatic. I'm going to script kitty act. Let me put a little fake crocodile tears in and let me act all upset because she's in damage control. And this is what she's done since day one that he passed. Okay? So, yeah.
James wouldn't appreciate somebody lying about him.
Yeah, at least appreciate him.
Look, he wouldn't
I'm
appreciate
so sick of
somebody
people
lying
using
about
him.
him.
Like, no, they use him like to use against me. Instead of using his name for better things, they want to like attack me with James. You are disgusting, Tarek. I wish this was your baby's James. Okay, how about that?
What's a fact?
How about that? How about that? How about if something horrible happened to your baby's mom and everybody blamed you? Like all these misfits, all these retards, like Mystic, and all like who else? Mystic mainly. They want to use me. Like you don't know how about that hurt me, and you want to use that? Like fuck you.
How did I use it? Please explain to me. How did I use James Munder? How did he bring his name today?
You keep bringing him up.
No. I brought him twice.
You know who he is.
You think you're the only victim?
JC and see how she likes it. She lost her man the same time I lost James.
You don't think that I've been called responsible for the fact that my son killed somebody? You think you're the only victim?
No, I don't care. I'm not up on panel, and I don't do this. This is not something that you should be doing about James.
Well, they shouldn't have been doing it about my son, but it happened.
Okay, well, that's fine. It did happen. All the receipts are there, and you can twist them up and make them horrible, like all my enemies do, like NPC did. Or you can be a decent human being and just let him rest in peace.
Welcome to
Hold on. Why did Do you remember why we brought
Such
her
bad
on?
acting. Such bad acting.
You were not there. You don't know what I've been through. So just leave it.
I never said I was there. I never said I knew
And
what you've
then you're
been through.
sitting there like, oh yeah, Misty comes up and she says some crazy thing, and you're like, yeah, and you're jumping down my.
No, I never said this true. I said there was a question.
And I will swear, no weapons will be formed against me, and I swear 10 times the fold on you. Do not.
What?
Oh, so now the new damage control is the Dirty Trucker and her today play hide behind a cross optics. It's really wild. They both pulled this card today. I'm just telling you. No, she's talking about MTC the game. Though that's what happened 2 nights ago. No, she's talking about him. Yeah, she is out of control. She is script kiddie, laying on thick, switching the narrative, bait and switch, and she's avoiding at all costs the optics.
Me.
You're in the presence of Satan himself.
No, in the presence of God.
And
I
you
see that
dare
registry in his name, Jesus Christ,
be
amen.
a
Leave him
representative?
alone.
You think
You
yourself
don't know nothing.
a
You guys don't know
representative of
nothing.
Christ?
Anything that happened, and I don't tell you.
Creator God?
You guys don't know nothing.
I
It's
would be
terrible what
careful.
happened to him. Fuck you guys all. Like you, Tarek, you Mystic, you guys get all run hell for saying horrible things about him.
Who's so amazing?
Oh my gosh. She's the script kiddie right now that's acting. Yeah, that is straight up her acting. I know. Okay. So you're saying that the NPC, the Tarek just did a video yesterday that I have, that he was talking about NPC and this, she went on there and they had it out. So you're not telling me it's NPC the game? Because, yeah, I went over there to see if that video was up a little while ago, and I couldn't find that. So it's a different NPC. Who are we talking about? Because Tarek said it was NPC the game. So I'm not sure. Anyways, let's continue.
Stop lying. Hold on. Who said anything horrible?
And fuck your wife, and fuck your kids, and
okay, no problem. Here we go. We're going personal. Did I say anything horrible about the man?
No, you want to get personal, huh? You want to get personal?
You can get personal. You can go records.
Personal, leave my ex out of it.
Okay, no problem. But here's the question. You said I said horrible things. That's a lie.
This is a problem.
That's a lie.
The reason why this is being brought up is because you're trying to impress Mad Mystic.
Mad Mystic? Oh my God. I'm trying to impress Mad Mystic.
Yeah, that's all you've been doing.
Oh, you don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to impress Mad Mystic. She just came out here and called me a bitch.
I don't follow you around. I don't do any of that stuff. She's a
okay. Did I say you follow me around?
With you or your family. Just keep my name. Keep my you have my name in the title right now.
Why? Stop lying. Why did oh my God. Okay. Here's why. Hold on. Since Snow wants to fucking lie, I'll tell you why I put the name at the
You're such a
oh, she never lies. Red blood.
I know she's a representative for her deity, but yet we have proofs of her being in a state of falsehood. Yes, it's true. But I appreciate that.
Do I have to have any proof for you guys? What do you want from me, Tarek?
I don't want anything from you. All I said.
Then leave me alone. You don't make me happy. I don't like you, and you just keep.
You don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. I know you don't have to like me. I don't have to like you.
Leave me alone. Stay with your granny panties.
Who was in the chat? You were in the chat that started this whole thing calling me names right before, right or not?
Tarek, I asked many times putting my name in the title, and you keep.
Okay, why did I put your name in the title today?
You're gay. Because you're gay.
There we go. Because you claimed that Venus mentioned your name, and I said okay.
Okay. I don't care about Venus. I'm not going to talk about Venus. She is not worth my time. Honey, I have better things to do in my life than talk about Venus.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You're the one that brought her up. I did not. So there's that.
Okay. No, I did bring her up.
Because you don't want people attacking your family. You don't want people attacking your loved ones. Let them rest in peace.
Hold on. Did anybody say anything bad about James?
Attacking your children, fool.
Holy cow. Has anybody said anything bad about James? Not Rat Blood or me. Never.
No, I said I had a lot of respect for James. That's why I don't
the lies. Now I got Mad Mystic in the bag. Mad Mystic, please stop running away. I'm not playing this fucking game with you. I gotta go to sleep.
I do bits, bitch. Get over it.
Interesting. If I gotta get up in 3 hours to go to work, make it interesting. Stop playing games. There we go. It's Mad Mystic. We're taking turns.
Okay, so now stop deflecting James Munder's death optics because you're totally involved, and that's why you're in damage control ever since he died. He made all these videos with Aphrodite Starfire. So stop playing your fucking, oh, this is her kitty optics. Oh, let me cry a little tears and act like, oh, I care. She's in damage control all the way.
I will have to agree with that. As much as I hate it, I believe we have heard the truth for once out of Mad Mystic. Oh my God, hell's about to freeze over.
Cha-ching.
Here's the thing, Red Blood. They both lie. I don't know who to believe, but okay, you know how she gets up there snow and cried right now a little bit? You did the same thing with NPC, and they accused her of fake crying. Now, I'm not saying she's fake crying. I said she's a good actress. She can do it, and I think she's capable of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And she comes up here, Rat Blood said that we are talking bad about James. Rat Blood has said great things about James. I don't know James. I would never say anything bad about him. All I said is you're the one that was pushed on the subject on pause 3 years ago. And to make yourself look good, you put the video of him talking to you on live panel. Not me. You did. So what you did, Snow, because you're so evil and cold at times, not all the time, at times, you get up and say, oh, Tarek, how about we talk about your domestic violence and your kids? Again, I keep telling you and everybody else, I don't have a single felony, and me and my ex-wife are best friends, and my daughters and I have a great relationship all throughout my life. Now, go ahead, put up for your request. That's all you have to do, $30, $40. If you have the money, I'll send it to you and see my record. You won't see a single domestic, nothing but stupid shit with cops, road rage, under the influence one time, and stupid shit. That's it. That's all you're going to see. Tickets, suspended license, this stupid bullshit. Mini fights, road rages. That's all you're going to see. You can get up there and lie, Snow. I have nothing on my record. Zero.
Interesting, PX. Thanks for letting me know.
On his backstage.
No. I don't blame Marco for saying that. They are all crazy. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go, Rat Blood. Let me see. Okay.
Which one of the Boston twins is it?
What do you want me to post? Kim, what do you want me to post? Mystic Snow, if you're going to play these games, you get up in the back panel, then leave right away. Either come in and talk and stop running away or stop wasting our time. This is crazy, man. If you imagine, Redbud, could you imagine being married to one of these women?
Yeah, I was one married for a long time.
See what I'm saying? That apple.
More than you, Tarek.
Are you awful? It just didn't seem.
Tariq. Bitch tits. Hold on.
What narcissistic behavior to be representative of a truth?
Hold on. Where is her text?
There's certain accounts I can't give them wrenches. Lena has to do it. I don't know if it won't come up. No matter what I do. So Lena.
Hold on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know.
Like Leo had a stroke.
Respect.
His name out of him. He's passed away.
More compassion towards that place for you.
And you gotta be doing some ritual. And I go in in the morning. I had like 2 minutes. I looked at your wrench. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck about your wrench? Like even a wrench, like. And then I'm like,
get your subscriber base.
The reason why I gave many people wrenches on my channel because I already knew the people I care about and stand by, and I already knew the haters. They're gonna duplicate, just like right now. You see Gigi, the duplicated her.
He's lying.
They do it with Venus. They did it with many different accounts.
No, that's a lie. I don't have any sock
No
accounts.
reaction.
I don't
worry.
do that.
Stations about James.
Oh, okay, here it is.
About James Munder. No, nobody made a single accusations about him. You were asked a question, one question. Where were you when James Munder died? That's it. You said you can say I don't know. I don't want to answer it. You can say I was at home, nothing. But no, you get up there right away and say, Tarek, let's talk about your domestic violence and your daughters. What about them? I don't have a single thing in my record. Stop lying. Go pull it up. That's a snafu tactic. That's what snafu did last time. As soon as I pressured them and cornered them, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna pull your daughter's record." Okay, go ahead, pull them. They're public records. Pull them. If that's what you want to do.
They're just serving me quite well. I mean, really, the witnessing tonight has been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, Gigi, I agree. You know what I don't like, Gigi or Kimberly? Is like if you have some feud or say you discuss something, say you dislike somebody or whatever. And I don't even dislike Snow, even though she lies. I just say how it is. When she's not lying, I see she's not lying. When she's lying, I'm going to call her on her lies. Right? Well, why bring family into it? Why bring kids that have nothing to do with it? Why? Why bring people's family? Why are you doxing people's families? Be a man. You want to dox me? Monograph doxed me 3 times. Did I get mad? Me and him are best friends, literally. Great friends. No big deal. A man can take the dox, but don't go after the family shit. Leave kids, leave moms, sisters alone. They have nothing to do with this.
Yes, no.
There we go.
You made the decision to be here. You made the decision to be on YouTube. You made the decision which platforms you show up on.
I agree. No, I totally agree. Like, I get it. I'm just saying, like, if you have any morals, just don't bring family into it. That's all. Or dox the family. Like, that's just like cowardice. That's like totally cowardice. You know?
You know, Synthetic Warrior almost crossed that line, and I've got some tickets on Synthetic Warrior and Crunchy B and OTW, and Synthetic Warrior trying to get Crunchy B to off himself because OTW requested that Z Burning, which happened to have been OTW's best friend at the time, and that bit of footage is still around. As a matter of fact, I think when Synthetic Warrior done that to Crunchy B, that was one of the first times that the proposition of go delete yourself, you're a worthless piece of shit, was truly recognized and encountered. Thank you, Synthetic Warrior.
Okay, where's...
He was Ace, but he looked like he was 4.
Hold on.
Someone to office.
Yeah. Those optics with synthetic Warrior. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember that too on Paul's.
Why bring kids that have nothing?
Where's the text? She texted him. Listen.
Talk about your domestic violence and your daughter. Single accusations about him. Sometimes he wouldn't, but I'm glad. And your channel after you.
Hold on.
They did the same thing with Venus.
You had subscribed.
Branch? What the fuck? Are you fucking dumb? Oh, man. Yeah. I'm
dead.
Fine. Something because you.
X. What?
How?
They put Gigi through enough. And
yeah. Endure after Misty got out of jail. And no matter what I do,
behavior to be representatives of the place, the conflict.
Never happens. I did check with Lindsay. Lindsay, it is Lindsay. She's supposed to be a full stop zebra woman. If she can't sit on down and have a conversation, she comes in the
This bitch. Get over it.
So no, because she'll get offended and start saying dark shit about me. That's why he came harder at me saying I disrespect women.
Mr. Pie.
Just talking. We should have normal. When I was going to do the stream today,
until the party got.
Why don't you go to access? He'll give you full access. You served them well.
I'll give you all of the
force, and they'll start making every stock account they can and start asking you stupid. I want the other account, and it made Satan. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, you wonder why. I swear to God, like, what? If I'm God, you wonder why God also made Satan. Like
lying about James Mundog. $2,000
and talk to the guy. So he's been hiding.
Right?
Bad Apple. The guy got kicked the other day. He's scared of Bad Apple. He won't even get up there and talk to the guy. So he's been hiding.
Right?
Bad Apple. The guy, Snafu, has been silent because you know why Snafu has been silent, Red Blood? He hasn't been around much and he's been hiding because he's scared of Bad Apple. The guy, so I don't even know if it's even a side account, if it's the real Ken. Internet. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't know if this is even a stock account or not. Just because
she can think beyond that. I does not cause me. No, I gave up.
This game, so you get up in the bed to dark. What do you want me to post? Up the chat. Okay.
Hold on. I don't. I want him to read her text.
Okay, lies though. I have nothing on my record. Zero mistake. Nothing. But for your request, that's all you say. Oh, Tarek, how about we talk great things about Snow and cried right now a little bit? You did the same thing with NPC, and they accused her of fake crying. Now, I'm not saying she's fake crying. I said she's a good actress. She can do it, and I think she's capable of doing it. If she comes up here, Red Blood said that we are talking bad about James. Red Blood just said great things about James. I don't know James. I would never say anything bad about him. All I said is you're the one that was pushed on the subject on Paul's 2 years ago, and to make yourself look good, you put the video of him talking to you on live panel. Not me, you did. So what you did, Snow, because you're so evil and cold at times, not all the time, at times, you get up and say, oh, Tarek, how about we talk about your domestic violence and your kids? Again, I keep telling you and everybody else, I don't have a single felony, and me and my ex-wife are best friends, and my daughters and I have a great relationship all throughout my life. Now, go ahead, Look, for your request, that's all you have to do. $30, $40. So I have the money, I'll send it to you and see my record. You won't see a single domestic, nothing but stupid shit with cops, road rage, under the influence one time, and stupid shit. That's it. That's all you're gonna see. Tickets, suspended license, this stupid bullshit. Many fights, road rages. That's all you're gonna see. You can get up there and lie, Snow. I have nothing on my record. Zero.
Damn, I can't find that spot.
Holy cow,
the crazies on his backstage. No.
I don't blame Marco for saying that. They are all crazy.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. There we go, Rat Blood. Let me see all that. Okay. Kim, what do you want me to post?
So I'm not sure where that part is, but there's a part, I'll have to find it for later, where he says what she texts him while he's live. And it was very nasty. So, yeah. Yeah, you want to see those records? Pull a FOIA on Tariq Bazzi. Yeah, I mean, he's got quite the rap sheet, right? I'm like, wow. And we heard it right out of his mouth, what he admitted on his channel that I have recorded and I shared with everybody. Yeah, it's outlandish. So, yeah. Well, I have to exit this stream right now because I need to go to the grocery store. And I will be back later. So until then, I'm gonna have to do my homework and find, or somebody can give me that timestamp but I have the video recorded, so the video is not up. So anywho, I'll find it and I'll play it later. And of course, I have all kinds of optics I recorded for days. So yeah. All right, you guys, much love. Shout out to the whistleblowers and the patriots out there, the zebras running wild and rampant, grazing, and I will be back later. So, yeah. So, anyways, let me put my outro. All right, much love, light. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh my God, hold on. Hold on. You know, StreamYard. Sorry. Is that going to work? Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Yeah, because they're taking my thumbs up away from my videos. So hit that thumbs up, share, like, subscribe. Much love.